you feel a strength inside you, and that strength will help you to change your body, your emotions, your relationships, whatever. But then the other thing I gotta say is model someone who's successful. Don't just do this by trial and error.
Don't let nobody fool you. I don't know what somebody done told you about money, but I've had none for an extended period of time. I mean, none.
Maybe it's building a business to provide financial freedom for your family and to travel the world. Or maybe it's just being a better father, mother, or partner for your spouse. Whatever it is, it's all on you.
You got to be connected, you got to grow your network and all that you do in your failures and your successes. Learn from them. Note takers are the money makers. Hustlers take notes. It's difficult to manifest what is not written down. Put me in a room with 100 people. I'm going to take more notes than them. I'm going to listen better. I'm going to have more fun. I'm going to learn more.
Like, find somebody who has what you want and figure out what are they doing different than you in their relationship. They're not lucky. They're doing things differently. And so instead of learning by trial and error, which can take decades you may never learn, find someone who's got what you want, study what they do, every aspect of it, and then add yourself to it. And that's the pathway to speed of transformation. So maybe it's time for you to think for yourself and model what works instead of just what you're told. That's something to consider for yourself. You need to put yourself in a position, if you're gonna be successful, is to have ideally your own business or a business where the more value you add, the more you earn. You can work for someone else and do that. If you have stock options, you can do that. If you've got bonuses, if you really want an extraordinary life, if you're gonna grow, you need to make whatever business you're part of, even if you work for somebody else, you gotta think like an owner. Because if you do, you become one. And if you think like an owner and you're gonna succeed, then you gotta model the people that are successful. It's like why we put this challenge together. It's not just me.
Now, you got some problems with money that you can't imagine when you get it, you gonna have. It ain't a week go by, I don't get 2 to 3 pieces of bad news. But you know what I do? I take all that bad news with the knowledge that God must have something else for me. I live my life in expectation. Therefore, guess what? He gives me what I expect. I expect a life of abundance. You think they take this show from under me? You think I'm finna crumble? Don't even worry about Steve Harvey. Don't you know he got something else for me? Something way bigger, something way better. These people make decisions, they think they crumbling me all the time. They've been making decisions about me for years out here. They can't do nothing with me. I keep showing up over and over and over and over. I'm from Welch, West Virginia. I grew up in the hood.
What's gonna make that business work or not is 2 things. Do you understand who your ideal client is? You can't be a client to everybody. Who's your ideal client? Who's the client that's gonna stay with you when the economy gets bad? Because when things go down is your greatest opportunity. So you gotta be prepared for whatever's coming, and the way you do that is know who your ideal customer is, who you can add value to, fall in love with them. What do they need? What do they want? What do they hate? And not fall in love with your product, fall in love with them so you can keep meeting their needs and then come up with an irresistible offer. If you have those 2 things, you're gonna win. Life is not about me, life is about we. Quality of life is the quality of relationships, and relationships are grown by giving, not by demanding, not by judging. Love is the answer with strength. And you have to have love and strength together. Those 2 resources, anything can be transformed, anything can be accomplished, because with love and strength, you'll have a larger vision. I'd say constant, never-ending learning will make life not only interesting, but the meaningfulness will come because you'll have something to give, and that'll tie back to the first piece that I described. So,
I've been shot. I've been laying on the street that's named Steve Harvey Boulevard. On the street they said I was dying on. They thought I wasn't gonna get up out that street. That same block I was dying on is named after me now. You can't tell me nothing about what God can't do. God do the impossible, man. See, I expect great things to happen to me, even in the midst of trouble. I dare you to start writing everything down you want. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you to call. Look, man, if you call out God on his word, you better be ready. Cause you're about to get checked. If you call him out on his promise, he gonna check you. I've been checked over and over and over till I got it. I don't even fool around no more. I go to God, I ask him for it. Then I write it down.
I'm going to talk less and sow the movement that we see across the earth from the high achievers to Successful entrepreneurs, those who are launching businesses and organizations. It all starts with their mindset, their mentality. The psychology of a champion is just different. Hustlers are just wired differently. And so the hustler knows how to prioritize their time. The hustler knows how to lock in. You got to lock in.
And ironically, if you give this every ounce of your spirit and your being and your soul and your heart and your sweat, when you cannot run, you know that stuff guys do, man. You're running sprints. There's 2 dudes who run every sprint full speed, and then there's the dudes who run 80%, 6 of them. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? It's kind of cool. You know, it doesn't matter. I'm not the fastest guy, so no one will know when I don't win the sprints. You know those guys. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? This is a guy kind of doesn't really catch the ball on his throwing side in the outfield. When he's one, catches it over, he does everything wrong, throws it back. That's the thing that costs the guy getting thrown out at third and you lose by a run. Because you just practice like that. Guy in the bullpen is kind of like not really focused. He's just kind of getting loose, right? Instead of just laser focused on everything he's doing all the time. Right? You don't want to leave here. You don't want it to end. Whether it ends in the big leagues, it ends in the minor leagues, it ends here, or you never even get on the field this year, okay? Having wondered whether you gave it all you got, because it's going to transfer into the man you become when you leave here, and most importantly, it's going to be your identity.
And the quicker you realize that nobody's going to come and hold your fucking hand through life, through this journey, the faster you will start to see success. Stop relying on outside sources of inspiration, motivation, and support to fucking get you there. Put your goddamn head down and take charge of your fucking life. And this shit's gonna mess with your head, but sometimes this means you need to let go of the people that you think are your closest friends. This means you might have to let go of the people that are the closest family members to you. You might have to let go of your mom.
You have to put the hours in. You may have to raise children, cultivate your marriage, and work your side hustle all. At the same time, everybody knows if you don't go to the gym, if you don't get on the treadmill, put the cardio, and if you don't hit the weights and lift, you're not going to walk around with the physique that you see in your head. It's going to remain a conversation, a vision, a dream. How do you manifest? What do you see in your head to holding it? In your hand is that you got to have that hustler's mentality. The hustler is going to outwork everybody in the room. The hustler says, if me and you are on the treadmill, 2 things are going to happen. Either you're going to get off first, or I'm going to die.
It'll be your identity. I'm standing here a successful dude because I've outworked everybody in business. My team will tell you. This morning, okay, I went to bed last night at midnight, okay? I started texting these guys at 4 a.m. today, 4 a.m. I'm leaving here right now when I'm done. I'm gonna go change, and I'm having a business dinner with 2 dudes who flew in from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm making them meet me here, okay, at 7:30. That dinner will end around 11:30. I'll get back, clean up, go to bed, probably around 12:30, and I will get up at 4:30, and I will go to the gym tomorrow morning. And after I do that gym workout, I'll have a team meeting with these 2 guys right here, and then I will get up and we're driving to San Jose, and I speak at 1 o'clock in San Jose tomorrow for 3 hours. When we're finished doing that, then I have another meeting that I go speak at. Then when I'm done doing that, then I go to another dinner meeting from 7 to about 11 o'clock. Then when we're done doing that, I go back to the hotel. I'll go to bed. I'll get up at 4 o'clock. I'll go to the gym. Then we're going to drive back to Stockton. I'm jumping on my jet and I'm flying to Texas. And when I land in Texas, there'll be 50 people to meet me there for an autograph show and a book signing. And then I'm going to go speak in Texas. Then I'm going to drive from there, speak to another place in Texas. Then I'm getting on my airplane at about 10 o'clock and I'm flying all the way back to Laguna Beach, California. I'm going to land. I'll be up at 4:30. I'll go to the gym. I'll go to my daughter's volleyball game. And then I'm speaking in Beverly Hills at 1 o'clock on Saturday.
Or your dad, or your brothers, or your sisters, or that best friend you've had since first grade. They might not be bad people, but you need to understand that some people just aren't meant to be in your life long term. They're not meant to help you get to the highest level of yourself. If every time you go to better yourself, somebody hits you with a line like, why would you want to do that? You need to find another fucking social circle. You need to make a shift and surround yourself with people that challenge you to grow. You gotta surround yourself with lions. You gotta surround yourself with fucking wolves. With people that are gonna push you to be the absolute best fucking version of yourself. That people are gonna push you to your absolute fucking breaking point. Because you can only grow when you're uncomfortable. I don't know about you, but I would much rather be a unique fucking wolf in a field full of sheep.
I'm completely sold out to the dream division that I'm carrying. The difference between game changers and city shakers, and the people that just talk about it, The people that just dream about it, have visions about it, fill notebooks about it. The difference between the two, number one, is that they are absolutely clear on what it is that they've been called to do, and what it is they've been called to build, and who it is they've been called to become. Number two, a hustler is committed and consistent. The hustler's mindset is that if I'm going to have something, I've got to first become something, and so hustling can't be a weekend thing.